Leg cramps. Imagine waking up at night, a sudden sharp pain in your calf or thigh, forcing you to jump out of bed. That stabbing sensation that tightens your muscles, that's a leg cramp. Up to 60% of adults experience leg cramps at least once a month, and in older adults over 50, the number jumps to nearly 1 in 3. Leg cramps are involuntary, sudden contractions of the muscles, often in the calves, thighs, or feet. They usually occur at night or after prolonged physical activity. While mostly harmless, frequent leg cramps can severely affect sleep, mobility, and quality of life. Muscles are made of fibers that contract and relax via electrolyte signaling: sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium. A cramp occurs when a muscle contracts without proper relaxation, often due to electrolyte imbalance, dehydration, nerve irritation, or overuse. Common causes: dehydration and electrolyte imbalance, low potassium, calcium, magnesium, or sodium. Overuse or strain, intense exercise, prolonged standing or walking. Medical conditions: diabetes, peripheral artery disease, neuropathy, thyroid disorders, medications, diuretics, statins, or beta agonists. Age-related. Changes: muscle mass decreases and nerve signaling slows with age. Did you know that up to 50% of pregnant women experience leg cramps, often due to increased pressure on leg veins and magnesium depletion? Leg cramps are not just pain. They signal that your muscles, nerves, or electrolytes need attention. But the good news is that diet, hydration, herbs, and exercises can prevent, and clinical research and case studies showing magnesium supplementation reduces leg cramps in older adults. Research on potassium-rich foods preventing cramps in athletes. Effectiveness of herbal teas, ginger, chamomile, for nocturnal cramps. Exercise programs and their impact on muscle relaxation and cramp frequency. Millions of people around the world experience leg cramps every week. But here's the good news. Science shows that certain foods, herbs, and teas can naturally reduce the risk of these cramps. And in today's video, I'm going to reveal 10 powerful natural remedies, from creamy avocado to calming chamomile tea, that not only prevent cramps, but also improve your overall muscle and nerve health. Avocado. Potassium powerhouse. Let's start with one of my favorites, avocado. This fruit isn't just Instagram famous for toast, it's actually a cramp-fighting machine. Why? Because avocado is loaded with potassium and magnesium, two minerals that control how your muscles contract and relax. Think of potassium like your body's electrical wiring. Without enough of it, the signals between your nerves and muscles start misfiring, leading to spasms and cramps. One avocado gives you around 700 milligrams of potassium. That's more than a banana, and with a much lower sugar load. And here's the best part. Avocado has a very low glycemic index. That means it doesn't spike your blood sugar, keeping your energy steady and your muscles calm overnight. Clinical research consistently shows that diets rich in potassium reduce the risk of muscle cramps, hypertension, and even heart problems. So if you want a simple fix, add half an avocado to your salad, smoothie, or even just sprinkle it with lemon and salt. It's not just delicious, it's muscle protection in every bite. Nuts and seeds, magnesium-rich crunch. Next on our list, nuts and seeds. Ever noticed how cramps often strike at night when your body is low in minerals? That's where magnesium comes in. And nuts and seeds are some of the best natural sources on Earth. Pumpkin seeds, almonds, sunflower seeds, all rich in magnesium, potassium, and even healthy fats. Magnesium works like a muscle relaxer. It competes with calcium inside your muscle cells, helping them let go after a contraction. Without enough magnesium, your muscles can get stuck in that painful, tight state, which is exactly what a cramp is. Scientific reviews have found that low magnesium levels are linked with muscle spasms, And while supplements give mixed results, magnesium-rich foods clearly support better nerve and muscle function. Here's an easy hack. Just 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds in the evening give you almost 40% of your daily magnesium needs. So, instead of reaching for chips at night, grab a handful of nuts or seeds. Not only will your muscles thank you, but your heart and brain will too. Sweet potato, slow carbs, potassium electrolytes. Now let's talk about a food that gives you comfort and protection, the sweet potato. Unlike regular white potatoes that can spike your blood sugar, sweet potatoes are low to medium glycemic index. That means they give you slow, steady energy instead of sudden sugar crashes, which are actually a hidden trigger for night cramps. But the real magic is in the minerals. A medium sweet potato delivers more than 500 milligrams of potassium, plus magnesium and fiber. That combo keeps your blood sugar stable, your muscles fueled, and your nerves calm. Athletes often eat potassium-rich foods like sweet potatoes or bananas after training to prevent cramps. And it works for regular people too. One study even linked higher dietary potassium to lower risk of exercise-induced cramps and improved recovery. The best way to eat them? Boiled or baked, not fried. Pair them with a protein source like Greek yogurt or beans, and you have a cramp-fighting dinner that also satisfies your taste buds. But next, we'll move into foods that rebuild muscles while you sleep. Greek yogurt, berries, and pears. And then we'll dive into the world of herbal remedies, from cramp bark and cinchona to soothing ginger and chamomile teas. So stick with me because the next foods are going to surprise you. Greek yogurt, protein and calcium for muscle recovery. Now let's move into one of the most underrated cramp fighters, Greek yogurt. When you think of muscle cramps, you probably think of minerals like magnesium or potassium. But what about protein and calcium? Greek yogurt delivers both in abundance. It has nearly double the protein of regular yogurt, which is critical for repairing tiny muscle fibers that get strained during cramps. Protein also supports neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that carry signals between your brain and muscles. And then there's calcium. You might know calcium for bone health, but it's just as important for muscle contraction and relaxation. In fact, low calcium levels can trigger not only cramps, but also twitching and spasms. Here's what makes Greek yogurt extra special. It also contains probiotics, healthy bacteria that improve gut absorption of magnesium and calcium. So it doesn't just deliver minerals, it helps your body use them effectively. Clinical trials show that dairy calcium reduces muscle spasm frequency in people prone to cramps. And because Greek yogurt is low in sugar compared to flavored yogurts, it fits perfectly into a low glycemic lifestyle. So here's a pro tip. After dinner, instead of dessert, grab a bowl of plain Greek yogurt with a sprinkle of seeds or berries. It's creamy, satisfying, and helps your muscles recharge while you sleep. Berries, antioxidant shield against muscle stress. Next up, berries. Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. They're not just sweet treats. They're loaded with antioxidants. Why does that matter for cramps? When muscles work, even just walking or standing, they produce tiny stress molecules called free radicals. These can damage muscle fibers and nerves, making cramps more likely. Berries are rich in anthocyanins and vitamin C, which neutralize those radicals and reduce inflammation. One clinical study on athletes showed that people who drank blueberry smoothies after workouts had faster muscle recovery and fewer cramps compared to those who didn't. That's because the antioxidants help muscles relax, repair, and resist further stress. And here's another win. Berries are low glycemic fruits. Unlike tropical fruits like mango or pineapple that spike sugar, berries give slow-release energy, protecting you from sugar crashes that can trigger nighttime cramps. So whether you eat them fresh, blend them into a smoothie, or toss them on top of Greek yogurt, berries are a delicious, science-backed way to keep your muscles healthy. Pear, hydration, plus fiber for night cramp prevention. Finally, in this food section, let's talk about the humble pear. It doesn't get as much attention as berries or avocados, but pears are quietly powerful for cramp prevention. First, pears are nearly 84% water, and dehydration is one of the top causes of night cramps. When you don't have enough fluid, your body can't move electrolytes like potassium and sodium into your muscles, and that imbalance leads to spasms. Second, pears are rich in soluble fiber, especially pectin. Fiber keeps your blood sugar stable, and stable sugar means your muscles don't go through those sudden highs and lows that can trigger cramping. And here's the bonus. Pears also contain boron, a trace mineral linked with better calcium and magnesium metabolism in the body. While research is still early, some studies suggest boron supports muscle function and reduces inflammation. Best of all, pears are classified as a low glycemic fruit. That means you can eat them as a late-night snack without worrying about sugar spikes. For people prone to leg cramps at night, a sliced pear before bed with a handful of nuts can be a game changer. So don't underestimate this fruit. It's hydrating, gentle on the stomach, and a natural cramp soother. Transition prompt. So far, we've covered 6 foods: avocado, nuts and seeds, sweet potatoes, Greek yogurt, berries, and pears. Each of these delivers minerals, antioxidants, or hydration to keep cramps away. But now, we move into the fascinating world of herbal remedies, traditional medicines backed by modern science. We'll talk about cramp bark, cinchona bark, ginger tea, and chamomile tea, natural solutions that people have used for centuries to calm muscles and improve circulation. And trust me, some of these remedies will surprise you. Cramp bark, the traditional muscle relaxer. Let's start with something that literally has cramp in its name. Cramp bark. This comes from the bark of a plant called Viburnum opulus. For hundreds of years, herbalists have used it to calm muscle spasms, especially menstrual cramps. But it turns out it works for leg cramps too. The bark contains active compounds like valerianic acid and viburnin, which act as mild muscle relaxants. They help smooth out involuntary spasms by calming the nervous system and improving blood flow. Some case studies have reported reduced frequency of nighttime leg cramps when cramp bark tea or tincture was used regularly. While large clinical trials are still limited, the traditional use is strong, and many herbal practitioners swear by it. If you want to try it, the most common way is as a herbal tea or tincture. Just remember, like all herbal remedies, dosage matters. Too much can cause stomach upset, so always start small or consult an herbalist. Think of cramp bark as nature's gentle muscle relaxer, especially helpful if your cramps are stress-related. Cinchona bark, the origin of quinine. Next, let's talk about cinchona bark, one of the most famous medicinal barks in history. This is the tree bark that gave us quinine, a compound used for malaria, but also known for reducing muscle cramps. For years, quinine pills were actually prescribed for nighttime leg cramps. Research shows that quinine can decrease the frequency and intensity of cramps by affecting how nerves send signals to muscles. It basically calms down those overactive muscle contractions. However, here's the caution. Because of possible side effects at high doses, like nausea, hearing changes, or blood issues, quinine pills are no longer widely recommended. But the natural cinchona bark teas and tonics, when used moderately, are still popular in traditional medicine. Fun fact, tonic water, the drink you mix with gin, actually contains a tiny bit of quinine, which is why some people say it helps their night cramps. So, cinchona bark is one of those remedies that blends history, science, and practicality. Just remember, moderation is key. Ginger tea, warming relief, and anti-inflammatory power. Now let's move to something you probably already have in your kitchen. Ginger. Whether in tea, food, or supplements, ginger has powerful anti-inflammatory and circulation-boosting effects. The active compounds, gingerols and shogaols, improve blood flow to your muscles, reduce oxidative stress, and help calm inflammation. That makes cramps worse. Clinical research has shown that ginger reduces muscle pain and soreness after exercise, especially in athletes. While cramps are slightly different, the mechanism overlaps. Ginger relaxes smooth muscles and improves circulation, both of which prevent spasms. One of the best ways to take it is as a warm tea before bed. Not only does it relax your muscles, but the warmth also soothes your nervous system, helping you fall asleep faster. If you've ever had ginger tea on a cold night, you know that deep warmth that spreads through your body. That's exactly the sensation that protects you from sudden nighttime cramps. Chamomile tea, calming the nervous system. And finally, let's talk about one of the most soothing teas in the world, chamomile. Chamomile flowers contain apigenin, a natural compound that binds to receptors in your brain and helps reduce anxiety, tension, and nerve overactivity. Why does that matter for cramps? Because leg cramps aren't just about minerals, they're also about your nervous system firing too strongly at night. By calming the nervous system, chamomile indirectly calms the muscles too. In fact, a clinical study found that chamomile oil massages reduced muscle spasms in people with arthritis, and when taken as tea, it improves sleep quality, which is another protective factor against nighttime cramps. The beauty of chamomile tea is that it's gentle, safe, and caffeine-free. A warm cup before bed relaxes your mind, eases your muscles, and sets the stage for a cramp-free night. So if you're looking for a natural nighttime ritual, combine chamomile tea with a magnesium-rich snack, and you've got the perfect anti-cramp combo. So now we've explored not just foods, but also powerful herbal remedies and teas, from cramp bark and cinchona bark to ginger and chamomile. Each of them works in a slightly different way. Some relax the muscles, some improve circulation, and some calm the nervous system. But there's still one more piece of the puzzle: exercise and lifestyle. Because food and herbs are amazing, but if your muscles are weak, tight, or dehydrated, cramps can still sneak up on you. So in the next section, I'll show you the best low-impact exercises and daily habits that keep cramps away for good. Exercise. Stretch, strengthen, and circulate. Okay, here's the truth. Even with the best foods and herbs, if your muscles are stiff or weak, cramps can still happen. That's where exercise comes in. But don't worry, you don't need to run marathons or hit the gym hard. Simple, targeted moves can make a big difference. Calf stretch before bed. Stand facing a wall, place your hands on it, and step one leg back. Keep your heel on the floor and lean forward. Hold for 30 seconds. Switch sides. This lengthens the calf muscles, the most common spot for night cramps. Toe flex and point. Sit on your bed. Flex your toes back toward your shin, then point them away. Do this 10-15 times. This keeps the ankle joint mobile and improves blood flow to the foot and calf. Gentle walking or cycling. Low-impact activities like walking or cycling boost circulation and train your muscles to contract and relax properly. Studies show that regular mild exercise reduces the frequency of nocturnal leg cramps, especially in older adults. Hydration habit. Don't underestimate water. Even mild dehydration can set off cramps. Try to sip throughout the day instead of gulping large amounts at once. Remember, exercise isn't about intensity here, it's about consistency and circulation. A few minutes of stretching every night is more powerful than one intense session once a week. Lifestyle habits. Small changes, big relief. Along with exercise, your daily habits can either trigger or protect you from cramps. Avoid excess caffeine or alcohol at night. Both can dehydrate you and overstimulate your nerves. Balance salt intake. Too little or too much salt can disturb electrolytes. Stick with moderate amounts. Elevate your legs. If you sit all day, fluid pools in your lower legs, making cramps more likely. Elevating your legs for 10 minutes helps circulation. Choose supportive footwear. Flat, unsupportive shoes strain calf muscles. A good shoe can actually reduce cramping frequency. Think of these habits as little switches. Each one you turn on lowers your risk of waking up at 2 a.m. with that horrible leg pain. The complete anti-cramp strategy. So let's put it all together. If you want to stop leg cramps naturally, your strategy looks like this. Eat cramp-fighting foods: avocado, nuts and seeds, sweet potatoes, Greek yogurt, berries, and pears. Use herbal remedies wisely. Cramp bark for muscle relaxation, cinchona for nerve calming, ginger for circulation, chamomile for nighttime peace. Stretch and move daily. Keep your calves, ankles, and feet flexible and strong. Adopt smart habits. Hydrate, elevate, balance salt, and wear supportive shoes. This isn't about a quick fix. It's about giving your body what it needs every single day. And when you do, not only do cramps fade away, but your energy, sleep, and overall health improve too. So the next time you feel that stabbing pain in your leg, remember this: your body isn't failing. It's signaling you. It's saying, I need more potassium. I need better circulation. I need you to relax. And now you have the natural solutions, from creamy avocados to calming chamomile tea, to answer that call. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor. Hit the like button so more people can find this content. Subscribe for more natural health videos every week, and drop a comment below. Which of these remedies are you going to try first? Your health journey starts with small daily choices, and tonight, you already have the tools to wake up cramp-free. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.